Hugelbed diary on the... I should look this up before I start filming. I think it's the 14th of October. And if you remember the lush greenness in the last video, this is different. This is what remains. Still quite a lot of green, but as you can see, a lot is dying or is already dead. You can actually see the soil again, the compost, straw that was totally invisible just a few weeks ago, and that happened very rapidly with the first night frosts, and that was maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a bit less, but something like that. And almost instantly the tomatoes here died. The green just went limp and it lay down and it was gone, and the same for the zucchinis. Leaves are really not alive anymore. The stems still hang on, maybe waiting for, just in case we get a warm spell. A few fruits managed to escape finding. Few more there, and I'm leaving this here so maybe some seeds will volunteer and turn into new plants next year, because this is what's going to happen now after this growing season. Is really the big test for me. I've seen plenty of videos and websites showing the first growing season of a Hugelbed, and it's nice and it's good and it's quite astounding. But then what? That I never really found, and that's what we're going to find out from now on. Let's see, just a bit of an overview of what else happened. Another plant gave up instantly when it started freezing, although it's coming back now that we've been without night frost for a few nights now, and that is this one. Can only think of the name in Swedish now. Gurkort. Oh dear. Borage. Yes, borage. With the blue flowers. Still a few trying to make it. Well, and oh yeah, one more. The pumpkins, or the winter squash. That used to be that enormous giant that covered so much of the bed. It's all just shriveled up and gone. It's quite amazing. And what's also quite interesting is that some of the plants which I had more hopes for but didn't really manage that well are still going and may actually be thriving a bit more now that the dense shade throwing of the pumpkins and the zucchinis and the borage are gone. Chard, and another kind of chard. There's a few here and there which are, well, I knew they were there, but they look a bit better now, and we can have a few more meals of those, and hopefully they will come back next year. What else? So what should have been here now was the things like cabbages and broccoli and sprouts and stuff like that. And as far as I know now, there's only 2 cabbage-like plants, and I don't even know what they are exactly. That was one of them, and here's the other. Both... oh, now I know what it is. I hadn't looked that closely. Brussels sprouts. But the leaves are not that great, and obviously it's a small plant. But that was right in the shade of this duo of zucchini plants. So that's only getting a chance to catch some light right now. Yeah, really quite a different view, and it will be very different probably in another few weeks' time when the snows come and the real frost. It does, well, last year the minimum temperature was minus 25.9 Celsius. If the climate hasn't gone haywire too much, we're sort of hoping for that again, or maybe a bit colder even. That will do quite a lot to the bed. Here's the borage carnage. This was a dense borage forest almost. Yeah, really quite different. What we're looking at now is the south and the southwest. Predominant wind direction, and clearly the Hugelbed and some of the smaller raised beds here don't get much protection from that at all. And to that end, I spent a bit of time planting a hedge well. There's a hedge plant. That would be Russian olive, Siberian pea tree. More Russian olive and a few bear's breeches towards the corner there. Yes, so in maybe 3 or 4 years' time, the bed will have a bit more wind protection. Have to take it slowly. Seeds cost very little. Whole plants cost quite a lot. Unfortunately, the bed really did very well this year, and hopefully we'll get the cabbage family to grow better, or at all really, by starting them off in the greenhouse and then letting them get quite big before putting them in the Hugelbed, because that's probably part of what did them in this year. We put them in too fast and they were really just 2 seed leaves with a bit of green sticking out from that, and the flea beetle got them all, almost all of them. That's really a shame. So to make our sauerkraut, about 15 litres of it, we had to buy cabbages. That was really bad. Yep, that's so the dying down time of year. Some of these plants are perennial, not nearly enough of them though. We definitely want to shift that balance. There's a few herbs and a few fruit bushes. The chard may come back next year, they may last a while. And then there's globe artichoke, only one that made it through the year, although it's still easy for some of them to hide in the masses here, so there may be 1 or 2 more, so I'll have to sow a few more of those. I may come back with a winter view. Probably it will just be white with a few bits of green or brown sticking out. And then comes the really interesting part, spring. I'll see you then.